modern societies do not conceal disabled people. The level of development of a country can be judged on by how well it takes care of its handicapped. The ADELI medical group applies achievements of the Russian space medicine for successful clinical treatment of heavy motor disorders. Since 5 years, it is evidently the most effective method in Europe. A disability originating from brain damage, cerebral palsy, traumatic brain injury, or brain stroke accounts for around 1% of population in every country of this world. For example, in a country with a population of 25 million, 250,000 citizens are affected. Probably you never dealt with this. As you see, it is a tragedy. A bigger tragedy is that the so-called rehabilitation in Europe, as well as in the United States, is a maintaining therapy aimed only at avoiding the decline in a patient's condition. There is no chance for a disabled child to abandon the wheelchair and have a normal life, work and family in the future. With ADELI methods, the situation changed dramatically.
Nicholas Priamos has the debilitating brain disorder cerebral palsy, and his mother is determined to give him every chance for independence. Together they will take extreme measures, flying to a far-off land to experiment with an unconventional but promising therapy. Suzanne Rico with our special report.
Hands up, Nick, come on.
For 3-year-old Nicholas Priamos, catching a ball is a nearly impossible task.
Good catch.
He suffered a brain hemorrhage after birth that led to cerebral palsy, so he has poor muscle control. He speaks only a few words.
Mama.
Mama. That'd be me.
And he can't feed himself, dress himself, or even sit up without his mother's help.
Up we go. He doesn't do a whole lot on his own. He's not walking on his own, standing, sitting on his own. He kind of like one of those weebles, but he does fall down.
Nick's parents have tried everything. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, even horseback riding therapy. But Nick's progress is slow. Doctors have told them not to expect too much. They say he'll never walk or be able to care for himself.
What a good boy. As a parent of a disabled child, there is always a sense that you're simply not doing enough to bring him along, for him to develop his independence.
The new hope for disabled from space medicine was covered more than 100 times in the largest European media. Central German, Italian, Austrian, Polish and Czech television, as well as more than 50 newspapers, brought headlines like "No more need for wheelchairs," "Learn to walk from astronauts," "Space technology, I can walk," "Back to life with a spacesuit."
Nicholas has been working hard for 28 days.
Hey, Dad. Come on.
Exercising in his custom-fitted ADELI suit.
Which arm?
What kind of progress has our test case Nicholas made? Remember, a month ago, his mother described him as a weeble who couldn't even sit up on his own. Well, look at him now. He can sit up without any help.
I'm not using hands.
He can hold his head up.
Peekaboo.
And look at this.
1, 2, 3. What a big man.
For the first time, he is standing on his own.
Such a good boy.
When I think of how involved he is and how many strides he's made in less than 30 days, it blows my mind. It doesn't seem like an enormous difference to someone from the outside looking in, mainly because, you know, he's not doing handsprings or something, but the reality is that it's very close to independence.
And perhaps the biggest payoff came just a week into therapy, when Nick and Michelle were riding a bus into town. It's the breakthrough she was hoping for.
He said, "I love you." And that's what I wanted. That's all I wanted.
The ADELI clinical treatment comes from the Russian space medicine and is patented around the world. Is highly intensive and aimed only at giving handicapped the independent ability to walk, communicate and take care of themselves. In the early 1970s, when people started traveling to space, an important discovery was made. A so-called functional anti-gravitation system, FAS, which is integrated into the human central nervous system. Even short stays in space stations like Mir or the ISS, under conditions of anti-gravity and hypokinesis, which is lack of movement, have a highly damaging effect on the motor function of the astronauts. To avoid this, a special suit was developed. The ADELI suit, a powerful stimulator for the motor center of the brain as well as for the static kinetic apparatus. Without this suit, the astronauts return to Earth as disabled people. The effectiveness of the ADELI method as a neurophysiological therapy is based on multifactorial afferentation. The major difference to traditional methods is the application of the powerful stimulating device, the ADELI spacesuit, which magnifies massively the corrected proprioceptive stimulation. Within the scope of a clinical treatment course, every patient receives a personal suit which is then fully adjusted to the motor disorders, age, weight and overall condition. The suit stays with the patient for several weeks. The high intensiveness of the therapy is ensured by a group of 5 to 7 specialists who treat the patient individually for up to 5 hours per day and 6 days per week. The main areas are learning to walk, using arms, speech ability, to achieve independence from carers or rehabilitation devices. All kinds of patients with cerebral brain damage are accepted to the program. Children with cerebral palsy make the main pool of patients. The second largest group are adults with brain trauma, for example after a heavy car accident. For such people, a fast, effective restoring of the lost abilities is highly important for a further normal life. Adult patients are usually very motivated to start walking again or speaking again properly. Working with children is a blessing. The growth and development can be directed the right way, and a heavy disability can be avoided in a large number of cases. Through the application of ADELI clinical treatment, a visible improvement is achieved for 98% of the patients. The therapy is painless, has no side effects and provides a dramatic improvement, like first steps or first words, in 15% of the cases, mainly for patients who were given up by their doctors long ago. There is no other clinic in Europe that is so effective in bringing disabled children and adults so close to normal life. It is official.
Sonst Kosmonauten tragen, wurden nämlich
Geschirr aus Schnüren
hätten nicht können laufen. Durchspeichern.
Nicholas Priamos has the debilitating brain disorder cerebral palsy.
More than anything, it seems like you're
Zwischen zwei
wearing...
Welten, zwischen Bangen und Hoffen, bewegte sich sehr lange.
ADELI oblečkem.
Zní to možná podivně, ale léčí se jim následky mozkové.
Darí liečiť aj inak nevyliečiteľné ochorenia.
Antigravitácie, ktoré nemajú vyvinuté.
Noi sei un bimbo. Nasconde in una tuta d'astronauta, nello spazio in assenza di gravità e a causa della scarsa attività motoria.